Hello friends, welcome back, and if you're new to our channel, thank you for stopping by. Well, today I'm going to share with you a beautiful crochet doily pattern, and for this particular doily I'm using number 10 hook because my yarn size is a bit thick. Now I'll be using 3 different types of yarn. I have already started with the magic ring and a chain of 3. Now chain of 3 is counted as 1 double crochet. After that, into the magic ring I am going to make 11 number of double crochet. So 11 double crochet plus the first chain of 3 is going to make 12 number of double crochet. Now I'll be showing this particular doily pattern in easy steps. So if you all are interested to learn doily, a beautiful doily, then you can follow this particular tutorial. So here I am still working my double crochet into the magic ring. We need to make 11 double crochet plus the first chain of 3, that is 12 double crochet into the magic ring. Once we have 12 double crochet, we are going to pull the tail of the magic ring so that our ring becomes smaller, and then we are going to slip stitch into the topmost chain of the very first chain of 3. So here we get a neat tiny circle. Once the slip stitch is done, we are going to chain 3, which is also counted as 1 double crochet. Now into the same chain space we are going to work 1 double crochet. That means a chain of 3 and 1 double crochet makes 2 double crochet. Now into the next chain space we are going to work 2 number of double crochet. Similarly, into the next chain space we are going to work 2 more double crochet. What we are going to do now is, into each of the chain spaces we will be working 2 number of double crochet all around. So here I am almost at the end of this particular round, working my double crochet into the final chain space. So that's done. Now if you count, we have 24 number of double crochet. Now let's slip stitch into the topmost chain of the very first chain of 3. As I told you, if you count the double crochets, we have 24 double crochets. Now into the next round what we need to do is we are going to chain 3, which is also counted as 1 double crochet. Now into the same space I am working another double crochet. That means chain of 3 plus 1 double crochet has been worked. Now into the next chain space I am just going to work 1 double crochet. Then into the new chain space we are going to work 2 number of double crochet. So this is the sequence for this particular round, that is 2 double crochet in 1 chain space followed by 1 double crochet in the next chain space. And please be careful. So I have just worked 2 double crochet. Now into the next chain space I am going to work 1 double crochet, and into the next we are going to work 2 number of double crochet. Now 1 chain left, there I am going to work 1 double crochet. Now we are going to slip stitch into the topmost chain of the very first chain of 3. So here carefully we are going to slip stitch. So this particular round is complete. Now let's chain 3 again. After that what I'm going to do is, chain 3 is counted as 1 double crochet. Into the same space I am working 1 double crochet. After that into the new chain space I will be working 1 double crochet. Now into the next chain space again I work 1 double crochet. Now into the next chain space we are going to work 2 double crochet. Now into the next 2 chain spaces we are going to work 1 double crochet each. 1 double crochet worked. Into the next I'm working 1 double crochet, and now into the new chain space I am going to work 2 double crochet. So this is the sequence, that is 2 double crochet in 1 chain space followed by 1 double crochet each in each of the next chain spaces. So this is how we work this particular round. So here I am almost at the end of this particular round. I am working my double crochets, individual double crochets. This is my second individual double crochet. Now into the next chain space I am going to work 2 double crochet. One is done. This is the second one. After that 2 chain spaces left. There I am going to work 1 double crochet each. Now into the next chain space I am going to work 1 double crochet. Now let's slip stitch into the topmost chain of the very first chain of 3 to complete this particular round. So our round is complete, it is neatly done. Now let's chain 3 again. Now what we need to do here is, this is the 5th round, chain of 3 is done, and into that we are going to work 1 double crochet again. Now into the next chain space I am working 1 double crochet. After that into the next new chain space I am working 2 double crochet. So the sequence is 2 double crochet in the first chain space followed by 1 double crochet in the next, followed by 2 double crochet in the next. So this is the sequence for this particular round. So let us continue working 2 double crochet in 1 chain space followed by 1 double crochet. Now into this chain space I am going to work 2 number of double crochet. Into the next we work 1 double crochet. So we have to be very careful while working so that mistakes can be avoided. So I need to work till I reach the starting point. So here I am almost at the end or at the beginning of the round, and here I am working 2 double crochet. After that I worked 1 double crochet. After that in this particular chain space I am going to work 2 double crochet. So my second double crochet in the same space is done. Now into the final chain space we need to work 1 double crochet. Once that is done I am going to slip stitch in between the 2 double crochets. After that let us chain 3. Once the chain of 3 is done I am going to chain 1 again. After that I am working 1 double crochet in this same chain space so that it makes a V stitch. Now into the next we are going to work our front post double crochet. It has to go around the double crochet of the previous round. Now into the next space we are going to work 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, thus forming a V stitch, and into the next we work around the stitch forming the front post double crochet. So this is the sequence. Here I'll be working the V stitch, that is 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet. After that I am going to work around this double crochet, the single double crochet, and I'm going to work the front post double crochet. Now into the next space I am going to work a V stitch, that is 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet. Now into the next I am going to work the front post double crochet. So this is the sequence for this particular round. into the next space where we had worked 2 double crochet, I just worked 1 double crochet followed by a chain and then 1 double crochet, just forming the V stitch. After that we need to work the front post double crochet. So this is the sequence for this particular round, and we need to work in the same manner all around. So I'm going to catch up with you once I reach the starting point. Here I am almost at the end of this particular round, and I just worked my double crochet followed by chain 1 and another double crochet in the same space, forming the V stitch. Now here I just worked my front post double crochet. Now into the next space I am going to work 1 double crochet, chain 1, again 1 double crochet. After that we need to work the front post double crochet around this particular stitch. Once that is complete, we are going to slip stitch into the gap between the double crochets. After that I chain 1 and then I'm going to snip off the yarn. Here I am going to change color and I'll be using my pink yarn. So here I've already done a slip knot, and we are going to pull our yarn through the first V stitch. After that I chained 3 and followed by a chain of 1. Now into the same space I just worked a double crochet. That means the first chain of 3, after that chain 1 and then 1 double crochet. Now around the stitch where we had done front post double crochet earlier in the previous round, there I just worked the front post double crochet, and into the V stitch I am working 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet. Now around the front post double crochet I am working another front post double crochet, and into the V stitch we need to work another set of V stitch. So this is how we are going to work this particular round. Into the V stitch we need to work 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet. Now around the front post double crochet stitch we are going to work another front post double crochet. Into the V stitch we need to work 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet. So this is the sequence for this particular round, and into the next double crochet we work the front post double crochet. Here I am working 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet into the same space, and here I am working the front post double crochet around the stitch where we had earlier worked the front post. So we are going to work in the same manner, and here I am almost at the end of this particular round. I am working the V stitch, 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet. Now around this stitch we are going to work our front post double crochet. So we have reached the end, and what we need to do now is I am going to slip stitch in between the 2 double crochets. After that I chain 1 and then I just snip off the yarn. So this is how our doily is looking right now. It's a very simple pattern, as I told you. Start off with a new round. Here I'll be using my green yarn, and we can start off from any of the V stitch. So let us chain 3, which will be counted as 1 double crochet. After that I chain 1, and into the same space we need to work 1 double crochet. So what we did here is a chain of 3, chain 1 and 1 double crochet. After that I am going to work a front post double crochet, and it is around the stitch where earlier too we had worked front post double crochet. Now into the V stitch I worked 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet. Now around the front post double crochet stitch we need to work another front post double crochet. Into the V stitch I work 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet. Into the next stitch we need to work the front post double crochet. It is very simple. We just need to work 1 double crochet, but it has to be from the back side. So this is the sequence for this particular round, and I'm going to catch up with you once I reach the starting point. So here I am almost at the end. I am working my final front post double crochet. After that we are going to slip stitch in between the gap of the 2 double crochets. Then I chain 1 and then we are going to snip off the yarn. So my doile is looking like this right now. Now I'm going to work with the pink yarn. We can start off at any of the points, and here I am going to pull my pink yarn through it. After that I am going to chain 3. After the chain of 3 is done, I am going to work 1 double crochet into the same space, which will be followed by a chain of 1, and then work 2 number of double crochet into the same space. So see, the pattern is slightly changing here. That is, we are doing 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet. After that it's the same thing. We are going to work our front post double crochet, and then next into the next V stitch we are going to work 2 number of double crochet. That's the first one, followed by the second double crochet, then a chain of 1, followed by 2 number of double crochet again. Now around the front post double crochet we work another front post double crochet, and into the V stitch we are going to work 2 number of double crochet. That's the first double crochet, followed by the second double crochet. Then I'm going to chain 1 and work 2 number of double crochet. So this is the sequence that we are going to follow for this particular round, and I'm going to catch up with you once I reach the starting point. So let us keep working 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet, after which we are going to work a front post double crochet. That is going to remain constant. And into the next V stitch we are going to work 2 double crochet, chain 1 and 2 number of double crochet. So this is the sequence for this particular round, and I have almost reached the end. I am working my front post double crochet, after which I am going to work 2 number of double crochet into the V stitch, a chain of 1 and again 2 number of double crochet into the same space. So that's done. After that, one more front post double crochet to be done. That's complete, after which I am going to slip stitch in between the chain of 3 and the double crochet, and I chain 1 to secure my work and then snip off the yarn. So this is how our doile is looking right now. It is turning very pretty. Now I'm going to start off with the green yarn into the chain 1 space, and I am going to make a chain of 3. Let's start off 1, 2 and 3. Now I'm using different colors. It is up to you. If you wish to, you can use the same colored yarn. After the chain of 3, I just worked 1 double crochet. After that, a chain of 1, and then I am going to work 2 number of double crochet into the same space. Actually, we are repeating the previous round. After that, we need to work a front post double crochet, that is constant. And then into the next chain 1 space we are going to work 2 number of double crochet, chain 1, and again 2 number of double crochet, 1 and 2. So that's done. After that, let's work the front post double crochet. See how easy the doily pattern is, and it is going to turn really pretty. So let's work 2 double crochet, chain 1, and again 2 double crochet into the same space. So this is the sequence for this particular round. Working the front post double crochet. Into the next chain 1 space we need to work 2 double crochet, chain 1, and 2 double crochet. So we are going to work in this sequence all around, and I'm going to catch up with you once I reach the end. So we are almost at the end of this particular round. Now I'll be working my front post double crochet. So here I'm working my front post double crochet, and after that what we need to do is I am going to slip stitch into the space in between the first chain of 3 and the double crochet, and then I chain 1 to secure my work, and then I'm going to snip off the yarn. Now I will be using my pink yarn again. So in the same manner we are going to start off from the chain 1 space. I have done a slip knot. Now let us make a chain of 3. One, 2 and 3. After that I am going to work 1 double crochet into the same space, which is being followed by a chain of 1, and then again 2 number of double crochet into the same space. After that let's work a front post double crochet. So here too we are repeating the same sequence of the previous round, working 2 number of double crochet, chain 1, and again 2 number of double crochet into the same space. Once that is done, let us work the front post double crochet. So this particular step we are doing for the 3rd time. So working 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet into the chain 1 space, after which we are working the front post double crochet. So we are going to repeat this sequence all around, and I have reached the starting point, and I have just worked my front post double crochet. Now let's work 2 double crochet, 1 and 2, followed by a chain of 1, and again 2 double crochet into the same chain 1 space. Now we have one more front post double crochet to work. So this is the one. Let us do it as the front post double crochet which I am going to work. It's done. Now what we need to do is slip stitch in between the chain of 3 and the second double crochet, or we can say the first double crochet, and then I chain 1 to snip off the yarn. This is how our doily is looking right now. Now let us start off with the next row. This is going to be with the green yarn. We can start off at any of the chain 1 spaces, and straight away we are going to pull our yarn through the chain 1 space and work a chain of 3. I am working a chain of 3. After that, we need to work 1 double crochet into the same space, which will be followed by another double crochet into the same space. Once we have chain of 3 and 2 double crochet, we are going to chain 1 and work 3 number of double crochet into the same chain 1 space. The pattern is slightly changing in this particular round. That means we worked 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet. After that, we are going to work our front post double crochet, which is constant throughout, no change in the pattern. We are working the front post double crochet in the same place, and now into the chain 1 space. This time we are going to work 3 number of double crochet. That's the second, this is the third one. After that, a chain of 1 is done, and into the same chain 1 space we are going to work 3 more double crochet. In the previous round we had worked 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet. In this particular round we are working 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet. After that, a front post double crochet, and into the next chain 1 space I am going to work 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet. It's done. So this is how our pattern is looking, and this is the sequence that we are going to follow all around. And I have reached the end, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do now. Into the chain 1 space I'll be working 3 double crochet. That's the second. This is the third one, followed by a chain of 1, and again 3 double crochet into the same chain space. 1, this is the second one, followed by the third double crochet. After that, we need to work the front post double crochet. Let's do that. Working the front post double crochet, after which we are going to slip stitch in between the chain 3 space and the first double crochet, and then I chain 1 to secure my work. So this particular round is also complete. This is how our pretty doily is looking right now. It's a wonderful pattern. Start off with a new round, and this time I'm going to use my yellow yarn, and this time too we can start off from any of the chain 1 spaces. Into the chain 1 space we are going to work a chain of 3, 1, 2, 3. Now once that is done, I am going to work 1 double crochet, which is being followed by another double crochet. That's the third one. This is the fourth double crochet, that is counting the chain of 3. This is the fifth one. 5 double crochets done. This is the sixth double crochet in the chain 1 space. This is the seventh one. If you count, we have 7 double crochets. Now this is the 8th one and the final double crochet. Once that is done, we are going to work front post. This time it is a single crochet, slightly change in the pattern, and into the chain 1 space I am going to work 8 number of double crochet. It's better we count as we work the double crochets, otherwise we have to keep cross checking. And into the front post we are going to work we are not going to do the double front post, we are going to do a single front post. Now working my 8 double crochets. Once that is done, around the front post we work a single crochet. Into the chain 1 space we are going to work 8 number of double crochet so that a pretty fan is formed out there. So let's work our 8 double crochet. So let's count the number of double crochets. 8 double crochets done. Now I'm working the front post single crochet. So this is the sequence that is to be done in this particular round. Actually we are working a fan by making 8 double crochet and front post single crochet. So I have worked all around and this is how it looks right now. Now I'm working my last front post single crochet. Once that is done, we are going to slip stitch in between the first chain of 3 and the double crochet. So that's done. Now I am not going to snip off the yarn because we are going to continue. So I chained 1. After that, into the chain space I work a chain of 1 and then we do a slip stitch. Let's chain 1 and do a slip stitch into the next space. Again a chain of 1 and slip stitch into the next chain space. Chain 1, a slip stitch into the next chain space. So this is how we are going to do. Finally chain 1 and do a slip stitch. Now at this point we are just going to slip stitch. We are not going to chain 1. These 3 stitches, the first one, this is the second, and this is the third one. In these stitches we are just going to slip stitch. After that chain 1 and again the sequence is repeated. Chain 1, slip stitch. Let's chain 1 and do a slip stitch. See, we get that nice little edge. Now let's chain 1 again and work a slip stitch. Again chain 1 and do a slip stitch. Chain 1 and let's work a slip stitch. After that we are just going to work 3 number of slip stitch. That's the first one. This is the second slip stitch and this is the third slip stitch without a chain of 1. Now again we are going to chain 1 and work a slip stitch. Chain 1 and a slip stitch. Again a chain of 1 and a slip stitch. Let's chain 1 again and work a slip stitch. Let's chain 1 and again work a slip stitch. Chain 1 and a slip stitch again. And now into these 3 points we are just going to work the slip stitch. This is very important. Please work only 3 number of slip stitch in 3 of the points. Once that is done, we are going to start off with a chain of 1 and slip stitch as we have been doing to get that nice edging. Chain 1, slip stitch, chain 1, slip stitch. That is how we are going to work till we reach that valley, we can say, where we are just going to work 3 number of slip stitch. So this is how it looks. Look at the edging, how pretty they look. I need to work till I reach the starting point, and here it's almost done. let's work again a chain of 1. I'm working my final fan, chain of 1, a slip stitch, again a chain of 1 and again a slip stitch. Now a chain of 1, a slip stitch, after which we are just going to work a slip stitch. So working my slip stitch into the next chain space. This too is the slip stitch right in the base of the fan. Once that is done, I'm going to chain 1 and snip off the yarn. So we have finished working on each of the fans all around, and this is how my doily looks. I am just loving the vibrant color and the texture of the doily. Now this part is also very important. With the tapestry needle we are going to hide the loose ends, and our doily is ready. As I told you, you can use single colored yarn, you can use different colored yarns, and for this particular doily I have used number 10 hook, and you must remember to use the hook according to the yarn that you are using. So friends, I hope you all liked it. This is a pretty doily. It can be used as a placemat, etc, etc. And do try this pattern, and thank you to each and every one of you for staying till the end. If you all have liked the video, do give a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family members. If you are new to our channel, do consider subscribing and stay tuned for interesting videos. So till we meet again, it is bye bye for today.